Broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sport Hour, the Monday edition and the first edition of the month. Happy New Month, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the month of September, the ninth month in the 2024. Alright, my name is James Oluwaduro Timiaremo. And quickly, let's kick off the show with the MPFOG. Alright, Kano Pillars have completed the signing of Abdul Aziz Goma from Nigeria National League, DMD of Maduguri. The midfielder signed a 2-year contract with Usman Abdullah's side. The player is the latest addition to Saheed Mizugida's squad. Goma was the best player of a tournament at the DCC 27 Super 8 soccer competition in Kano last month. He's expected to start training with his new teammates as soon as possible. Kano Pillars will take on Ikorodu City in the opening match of the 2024-2025 Nigeria Premier Football League season this weekend. Alright, NNL, Nigeria National League outfit Atlant will unveil their new players on Thursday, the 5th of September. The unveiling ceremony we held at the Dan Ayim Stadium, Owerri. To be recovered, the Nez Millionaires embarked on a screening exercise last month. The maiden edition of Dan Ayim Cup will also kick off the same day. The Nez Millionaires will host NNL side Kun Khalifat Football Club of Owerri in their counter. The game will be played under floodlight, with the winner going home with a giant trophy. Atlant were relegated from the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) last season, and they will be playing at the NNL this season. Alright, Rangers chairman Amobi Eziaku has pleaded with supporters of the club to be patient with the ongoing rebuilding process. Eziaku said that the management of the Flying Antelopes is building a strong foundation that will aid consistent growth of the club. Rangers started their 2024-2025 campaign with a goalless draw against El Kanemi Warriors at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium on Saturday. According to him, he says trusting the process and building with patience is essential for creating a sustainable future for Rangers, both on and off the pitch. Success in football isn't just about short-term victories. It's about laying a strong foundation that can support consistent growth over time. On the pitch, this means developing a solid youth academy nurturing local talent, and creating a culture of hard work and resilience. Investing in the right coaching staff, scouting network, and facilities will yield long-term benefits even if the results aren't immediate. Patience here allows for the development of a playing style and identity that can become a hallmark of a club or of a pitch. Building sustainable success involves establishing strong financial management, securing lasting partnerships, and expanding the club's reach in the community. By focusing on these areas, Rangers can ensure that the club is financially stable and continues to grow its fan base. Initiatives like the Rangers Foundation and academics are a perfect example of long-term investment that will pay dividends both in community engagement and players development. The key is to maintain a balance between immediate needs and long-term goals, always remembering that lasting success is built step by step. This approach will not only create a winning team but also a club that remains a pillar of excellence for years to come. This was according to Amobi Ezeako, the chairman of Enugu Rangers. Alright, the Nigeria Premier Football League have appointed Shooting Stars chairman Babatunde Olaniyan Akoro into its board. Akoro's appointment was confirmed in a message by the NPFL Secretary Danladi Ibrahim. The Oli Warriors administrator replaced Abdullahi Umar of Doma United, who vacated the position following his club relegation last season. The MP offer expressed confidence in the vision and expertise of Akoro to drive the league to greater heights. Shooting Stars finished fourth in the NPFL last campaign. Akoro was a former deputy of the Oyo State House of Assembly and a retired referee. Okay, moving ahead. Let's talk about the Falconets. A late goal by Flori Sebastian and Nigeria's Falconet victory against the Korea Republic at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Colombia early hours of today. In a game where goal scoring opportunities were far-reaching, it was the Nigerian girls that made the most of theirs deep into stoppage time at the Estadio Metropolitano de Teco in Bogota. Alright, forward Mary Lucky Nkpa, who have ended the morning with a brace, and she had enough precision. Despite the early promise by the Falconet, it was the Asians that came close to drawing. Yeah, they were the one that came close to drawing the first blood on the quarter hour. But Shukurat Oladipo got the foot to artistic cross from the right. Nigeria's goalkeeper Shukurat Bakari almost gifted a goal in the 28th minute when she missed a pull-out, but the South Korean forward could only sky it. At the other end, Nkpa had a chance of her own, but slammed the ball a little too high after a brilliant pass from Rafia to Moran. Nigeria were again lucky just because just before halftime rather, when Korea's Mia Young rocked the crossbar from a 22-yard free kick. Well, at the interval, Sebastian and Amina Bello saw their shots blocked in the opposition box, and substitute Chiamaka Okechukwu, who came close from a good run on the right, but could not make a meal of it. However, when it looked like the game was heading into a stalemate, Sebastian sliced the ball from the right wing to smack the upright into the back of the net for the winner. Next up for Chris Dajuma's side is a clash on Wednesday evening against three-time champions Germany, who beat Venezuela in the other Group D fixture. Alright, Falconer star Philomena Adoyina claimed the Player of the Match award following the Super Falconet victory over South Korea earlier as of today, where it was Nigeria's fourth consecutive victory over Korea, having won 2-0 in 2012, 2-1 in 2014, and 1-0 in 2022. Yina was Nigeria's best performer in the keenly contested encounter. The midfielder took to social media to celebrate the individual accolade. According to her, she says, "All glory and honor and praise belongs to you, Father, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Nigeria, this is for you. My teammate, this is for you. My coach and the staff, this is for you. My family is here. This is every one of you. On to the next." The Falconet, like I said, will face former champions Germany in their next game on Wednesday. Alright, let's talk about the big boys. Talking about Super Eagles. Let's talk about the big boys. The main national team. Talking about the men's national team. Remo Stars head coach Daniel Ogumodede has been appointed one of the assistants to the Super Eagles interim head coach Augustine Eguafon for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. Augustine Eguafon will take charge of the Super Eagles for the two games. Ogumodede is one of the popular coaches in the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL). The young tactician has guided Remo Stars to second place finish in the last two seasons. He signed a new 3-year contract with the Sky Blue Stars last month. The Super Eagles will host neighbors Benin Republic at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Saturday. They will face Rwanda at the Amahoro Stadium, Kigali, next week Tuesday. Alright, not only Ogumodede. NFF, the Nigeria Football Federation, had also appointed Rangers head coach Fidelis Ilechukwu as one of the assistants to Super Eagles caretaker coach Augustine Eguafon. Ilechukwu's appointment was confirmed by the NFF today. The young gaffer has terminated Rangers' 8th Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) title last month. The former Earthland coach once worked as an assistant coach at the under-23 level. His Remo Stars counterpart, like I said earlier, Daniel Ogumodede, will work as an assistant to Eguafon as well. Augustine Eguafon will take charge of the Super Eagles for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. The Super Eagles will host neighbors Benin Republic at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Saturday. This Saturday. The West African will also face Rwanda at the Amahoro Stadium, Kigali, next week Tuesday. Talking about the Super Eagles, 7 players have arrived Super Eagles camp in Uyo ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin Republic and Rwanda. The Super Eagles captain during the 2023 AFCON tournament in Cote d'Ivoire, talking about William Troost Ekong. And the likes of Ademola Lookman, Taiwo Awoniyi, and Olaina are among the early birds in camp. The other players who arrived camp on Monday morning are Olisa Nda, Semi Ajayi, and Fisayo Dele Bashiru. More players are still being expected in camp. Caretaker head coach Augustine Eguafon summoned 23 players for both games. Nigeria will host Benin Republic in Uyo on Saturday before traveling to Kigali next week Tuesday. All right, still talking about the Super Eagles. Well, some of the players that are still expected to land or to jet in today are Fuam duo Kavibasi and Alexander Iwobi. Moses Simon, Wilfred Indidi, Victor Boniface, Samuel Chukwueze, to mention a few, because all these players played on Friday and Saturdays. Okay, from there, let's talk about Nigerian players and their involvement with their various clubs over the weekend, and those that are still in the news today. Let's not forget that the transfer window ended on the 30th of August, last week, and Victor Osimhen was unable to leave Napoli, either to join Chelsea or Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. Anything can still happen before the midnight, because Saudi League is concluded today. Alright, let's start with Cyril Desas. Rangers manager Philip Clement has tasked Cyril Desas to be more clinical in front of goal. The Jazz were tried 3-0 by rivals. Talking about Celtic in the Old Firm Derby on Sunday, that was yesterday. Cyril Desas missed a glorious chance to give Rangers the lead early in the game. The visitors were left to reel the opportunity with Brendan Rodgers' Celtic native tries afterwards. Well, according to Clement, says started the game really well. They had the best of the ball in the best 10 minutes. Got two really good opportunities. The Cyril coming free in front of goal, and with Rabi's free header there. So you need to be clinical in those games and to come in front of it. Yeah, to come in front of it changes the momentum. It would have helped the team a lot to go in front there. It was according to Glasgow Rangers head coach Philip Clement. Cyril Desas has scored 5 goals and registered 1 assist in 7 outings across all competition for the Light Blue this season. But the coach still wants him to do more. I mean, to take all his chances, if possible. All right. Tomas Zorek, a fitness trainer from Slovenia, will help caretaker coach Oxin Eguafon to drill Super Eagles players for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. NFF, the Nigeria Football Federation, announced the composition of a caretaker technical crew on Monday. Fidelis Ilechukwu and Daniel Ogumodede will work as assistant to head coach Austin Eguafon. Abiodun Baruwa will continue his role as a goalkeeper trainer, while Oboborishe Owajemomari will serve as a match analyst. 7 players have already arrived at the team's camp in New York. The 3-time African champions will take on Benin Republic on Saturday. Alright, it's good to see Tomas Zorek, a fitness trainer from Slovenia, that will help the caretaker coach. Okay, on to the next. Brentford head coach Thomas Frank has revealed Super Eagles midfielder Frank Onyeka left the club due to a little playing time. Nigerian midfielder completed a late move to FC Augsburg before the English transfer window slammed shut, joining the German Bundesliga side on loan. Despite playing with Brentford in the English top flight for 3 seasons, Onyeka struggled to nail down a starting berth at the GTech Community Stadium. Speaking about Onyeka's exit, Brentford boss Thomas Frank revealed the Nigerian was not satisfied with being a second option and needed to leave the club to achieve his goal. According to Thomas Frank, he says Frank wants to play week in, week out as a starter. This is a good opportunity for him to do that. He has been a big part of our success, and I can't praise him enough for that in every aspect. That was according to the Danish manager, Thomas Frank, as reviewed on Brentford official website. Well, Brentford could find themselves in tumultuous water this season as they have a very thin squad. Following Oyeka's exit, the Bees have fewer options in the middle of the park. And with Tony heading to Saudi Arabia, his replacement, Thiago Rodriguez, is injured and will only return in December. Nevertheless, the club have had a decent start to the 2024-2025 EPL campaign, winning 2 of their first 3 games. They face a proper test in the league on Saturday against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City when the international break is over. Okay, on to the next. According to Napoli coach Antonio Conte has reiterated that Nigerian international Victor Osimhen is no longer part of the club's plans and will not be reintegrated into the first team. According to the report that was laid out by the media, Osimhen was expected to leave the Partenoped during the transfer window after the striker requested to leave. The Lagos-born emerged as one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe, having been linked with moves to Chelsea, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United and Liverpool, amongst others, following an impressive season with Napoli. Despite his desire to leave the club, the Nigerian striker's anticipation move to Stamford Bridge fell through, leaving him in a limbo as the transfer window closed on Friday. While Chelsea were the most likely for Osimhen, Saudi Arabia club Al Ahly also emerged as a potential destination. They even reportedly agreed on terms with Napoli for the transfer, but the deal fell apart when the Italian side asked for a further €5 million in addition to agreed €80 million in transfer fee. As the 2024-2025 season unfolds, Conte remains adamant that neither Osimhen nor other players will be reintegrated in the team despite their inability to strengthen the squad as emphasized. Well, according to him, he says some issues blocked it. Perhaps if we had unlocked that Osimhen situation, we would have completed the team differently and earlier. This was Conte saying this after the post-match press conference on Saturday. I'm happy with it. I'm sorry about what happened. I'm sorry for Osimhen. I'm sorry for the club that didn't monetize. I'm sorry for myself because we didn't complete the team as we wanted. But the club proved to be consistent in this situation, continued Conte. Conte insists that the club were consistent in dealing with Osimhen and other players, not the team. Not in the team, rather. According to him, he says, no, this is the team. This is the group. We made decisions. I mentioned coherence before. Those who are not consistent don't respect the rules. I repeat, respect the club. The president proved consistent despite losing important money. Credit where credit is due. The club were consistent, knowing that if the situation had been unlocked earlier, we would have all been advantaged. As I said, we've started rebuilding. Good players arrived, they were on the table. It took us time to understand and think about it. But we signed them and I'm happy. We didn't do everything and it's okay, but I think the club did well. With no immediate transfer on the horizon, Napoli's firm stance on Osimhen's exclusion from the squad, the Super Eagles striker finds himself in a challenging position. The 25-year-old striker, who had been one of the most sought-after talent in European football, now faces an uncertain future, at least until January when the transfer window reopens. However, the Saudi Arabian transfer window remains open until the 2nd of September, which is today, while the Turkish Super League window is open until the 13th of September, which means that the Nigerian could still save himself from getting stuck at Naples until January. Alright, let's talk about other Nigerian players that did well for themselves. Former Flying Eagles midfielder Dele Bashiru played his 6th consecutive game as a starter for Watford on Sunday. But his involvement didn't pay off, rather, as they lost 1-0 against Sheffield United. He was also consistent for them last term, scoring 2 goals plus 2 assists in 35 games. Alright, in France, Victor Orakpo for OG Nice. Although Terry Murphy is out injured, OG Nice will have another Nigerian in their squad, Orakpo, who is still racking up the minutes for the French side, coming up as a late substitute in their 4-1 win away to Angers. The 18-year-old featured for 3 minutes after replacing 2-goal Euro Evan Guesan. He has only played 15 minutes of La Liga football this season. In Spain, the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho and Chidera Ejuke started for Sevilla for the 2nd consecutive game in the La Liga. Chidera Ejuke was handed starting shirt by Sevilla as they seek their first win of the season against Girona. Compatriot Kelechi Iheanacho was dropped to bench after starting their last game against Mallorca. Sadiq Omar for Real Sociedad, having started the last 2 games from the bench. The transfer rumors hanging around Omar seems to be over, and the striker was thrown into the starting lineup for the first time this season as Real Sociedad faced Getafe on Sunday. We hope to settle down at the club this season and improve on his 3 goals and 1 assist in 26 games last season. Alright, Chris Santos Uche for Getafe, the new Uche in the La Liga, was handed his 3rd start of the season by coach Jose Godalas as Getafe hosted Real Sociedad on Sunday. The 21-year-old hugged the headlines on his La Liga debut, scoring a late equalizer in their 1-1 draw at Athletic Bilbao 2 weeks ago. Where in Belgium, Rafael Onyedika remains a mainstay at reigning Belgian champions Club Brugge, helped them to a 3-0 win over Cercle Brugge on Sunday. It was on for the entire duration of the game with a 7.2 rating on rating. Alright, Jordan Torun Ariga for Gen. Defender Torun Ariga was involved in Jets' goal in their 1-1 draw against the former champions Antwerp. The Nigerian defender set up Steven Combs for the opening goal in the 16th minute before Sharon Cherry leveled matters for Antwerp in the 30th minute. The defender was also booked before halftime. In Czech, we have Igor Ogbu. In the Czech Republic, Nigerian defender Ogbu has been ever present for Slavia Prague in all competitions this season, and it was magnificent in their 20 win over FK Pardubice. The 24-year-old has played 6 games without being substituted. Okay, let's talk about Abdullahi Tanko of Ostrava. 26-year-old forward Tanko was involved for 69 minutes in Ostrava's 2-2 draw at Sigma Olomouc. He has only scored once in 6 league games this season. In Denmark, we have Steven Ode for Rangers. No Rangers or Randers. Former MFM striker Ode is yet to find his feet in the new season, starting from the bench in their game against Aalborg. Okay, that was how Nigerians represented their club yesterday. Okay, talking about other sports. right, let's talk about boxing. Anthony Joshua will remain on course to become a three-time heavyweight champion if he can get past a rejuvenated Daniel Dubois. At least one person believes AJ can take the next step and do it with flair. Joshua, just 35 years of age, is scheduled to challenge Dubois, who is just 26, in an all-British heavyweight clash for the IBF heavyweight title at Wembley Stadium in London on the 21st of September. That's in 19 days' time. Joshua can regain one of the 3 titles he previously held if he can defeat Dubois, who has been upgraded from interim status to full IBF title holder ahead of the much-anticipated showdown at the end. Chairman of Matchroom Boxing, Joshua promoter anticipate a tough task for his fighter. Joshua is on a 4-fight winning streak since he was dethroned as the unified title holder by Ukraine's Alexander Usyk in September 2021. Joshua went on to lose an immediate rematch to the Ukrainian 11 months later. Joshua has since secured victories over Jeremy Franklin Jr., Robert Illenius, Otto Wallin, and Francis Ngannou. There has been a bit of animosity between Joshua and Dubois since the announcement of the fight. The friction and believes will motivate his fighter to secure another emphatic title win. According to Adeyemi, it says absolutely. Joshua is always motivated, but when that happens, there is just a little bit more spring in the step and spine cap. And this is a chance for AJ to become 3-time world heavyweight champion on such a massive night. On the other hand, Dubois will make a second world championship bout since getting knocked out in 9 rounds by Usyk in August last year. The fight was for Usyk's 3 heavyweight belt. Since then, Dubois has recorded TKO wins, that's technical knockout wins, over Jarrell Miller and Filip Egovic. On the 21st of September, Dubois will make his second world title bid against one of the biggest heavyweights today, in Joshua. At the end, expect the best performance from his fighter. According to him, says both fighters are in their formative careers right now. The confidence is up there. This should be a great a great night of boxing, according to at the end. Okay, up to Paris. Let's see what's going on there. Nigeria para badminton player Eniola Bolaji will today compete for the bronze medal against Ukrainian's Oksana Gozina at the Paralympics in Paris. Bolaji succumbed to a 2-0 16-21, 17-21 defeat to China's Zhu Xiao in the women's singles semi-finals on Sunday, ending her hopes of grabbing a gold in the event. Earlier, she had become the first African para-athlete to make the semi-finals of the para-badminton event with a straight-set victory against India's Mandeep Kaur in the women's singles. In the women's singles quarter-final, winning 2-0, 21-8, 21-9. Well, after a quarter-final win on Sunday, she expressed a strong desire to win the gold medal, but that is no longer going to be. Bolaji expressed a determination to bring home the gold, writing on her social media page, "I became the first African para-athlete to make the semi-finals of the para-badminton event at the Paralympics 2024. The story isn't complete without the gold medal as our destination. Nigeria to the world, Alhamdulillah," she wrote. The player and her compatriot Chigozie Nnanna have been blazing the trail in Paris as they became the first African athlete to win a match at the Paralympics during the group stage. Alright, so talking about the Paralympics, the Minister of Sport Development, Owajon Eno, has hailed Eniola Bolaji for winning Nigeria's first medal at the ongoing Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Bolaji on Monday won bronze in the para-badminton women's singles event after defeating Kozina Oksana of Ukraine 21-9, 21-9. With defeat, Bolaji became the first African to win a medal in para-badminton. The minister, who was on the ground in Paris to motivate her and other athletes to victory, stressed the importance of the athletes believing in themselves and showing Nigeria resilience. Owajon Eno said The ministry will continue to give Team Nigeria all the support it deserves to attain a podium finish. You can do it for yourself and for the country. As a ministry, we've made available what you need. Make all of the sport-loving people of Nigeria proud of you and fly the nation's flag high in Paris. I believe in your capacity. Having done all we should as a government, we are rooting for you. It is now over to you to put smile on the faces of Nigerians. This was according to our John Eno. The minister specifically thanked Balaji for winning the medal for our late coach and the country while charging other athletes to ensure podium finish in the various sports. Team Nigeria has paraded 24 athletes who are competing in 4 sports of the game: para athletics, para badminton, para powerlifting, and para table tennis. Alright, former Big Brother Niger star and 2-time Nigeria high jump champion Mike Edwards has secured a victory in his debut professional boxing match against Jack Cornish. The bout, held at the W Arena of Saudi, went all rounds, with Edwards emerging victorious by unanimous decision from the judges. Edwards, who announced his unexpected turn from athletics to professional boxing in April, participated in the Misfit Boxing Cruiserweight division run by English social media personality and Nigeria-born professional boxer Olajide Williams, professionally known as KSI. Well, in a post on Twitter, now known as X, on Saturday, Misfit Boxing wrote an impressive MFB debut. Well, it was reported back in April that Edwards reiterated his decision to join the cruiserweight division of Misfit Boxing, marking a significant departure from his track and field roots. He said, "Breaking news, excited to announce my entry into the world of professional boxing. Thrilled to join cruiserweight division roster on #MisfitBoxing. Get ready for an electrifying debut as I step into the ring to showcase my skills and determination." The president of the Nigeria Golf Federation, Otumba Olusegun Rusewe, over the weekend hosted Africa's first ever indoor golf championship in Abuja. No fewer than 150 lady golfers from various golf clubs in Abuja attended the championship at the Golf and Health Signature. Speaking at the event, Rusewe said hosting the championship, the first ever in Africa, was a thing of joy and pride for Nigeria. Okay, let's move straight abroad and let's start with the US Open. What's going on at the Flushing Meadows, where a lot is going on. Alright, Grigor Dimitrov reached the US Open quarter-final for the first time since 2019 with a 5-set victory over Andrei Rublev, whose angry outburst threatened to mar an enthralling match in New York. Bulgaria's Dimitrov won the first 2 sets before surviving a comeback attempt from his Russian opponent to seal a 6-3, 7-6, 7-3, 1-6, 6-3, 6-3 victory. The 9th seed, who made the semi-finals at Flushing Meadows 5 years ago, will face Francis Tiafoe in the last 8. Aryna Sabalenka reached the US Open quarterfinals for the 4th year in a row with an assured victory over Elise Mertens. Second seed Sabalenka, beaten by Coco Gauff in the New York final last year, saw off a former doubles partner Elise Mertens 6-2, 6-4. The Belarusian hit 41 winners and saved all 8 of the breakpoint that Belgium Elise Mertens created, Sabalenka is the first woman to reach 4 consecutive women's singles quarter-final at Flushing Meadows since Serena Williams in 2016. She has now made the quarter-final or better in her past 8 Grand Slam appearances. Her last defeat above that stage came at the 2022 Australia Open, where she was beaten by Kaya Kanepi in the 4th round. She has not lost a match in Melbourne since then, winning the title in 2023 and defending it in January this year. Sabalenka will face China's Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen, who beat silver medalist Donna Vecchi 7-6, 7-2, 4-6, 6-2 in the last 8. Let's not forget that Sabalenka beat Zheng Qinwen in the Australia Open final this year. Paulo Badosa earlier breezed past Wang Yafan 6-1, 6-2 to set up a quarter-final match against Emma Navarro, who ended Coco Gauff's title defense in a 3-set win. Now let's talk about that game. Actually, Coco Gauff's US Open title defense is over after she was beaten by Emma Navarro in the 4th round in New York. Third-seed Coco Gauff produced a disjointed performance to lose 6-3, 4-6, 6-3 to fellow American and 13th-seed Navarro. Coco Gauff hit 19 double faults, including 11 in the 3rd set alone, and produced 3 in the final game of the match to win Navarro victory. Coco Gauff was comprehensively beaten by Navarro just 2 months ago in the last 16 at Wimbledon. She said she would need to maintain her focus after collapsing mentally in their previous meeting, but fatalities on serve, including 3 back-to-back double faults in the 3rd set and 60 unforced errors, helped Navarro reach the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows for the first time. Navarro will go on to play 26th seed Paulo Badosa in the last 8. After the Spaniard thrashed China's Wang Yafan 6-1, 6-2 earlier on Sunday. When Emma Navarro's victory ends Coco Gauff's bid to become the first woman to defend the US Open title since Serena Williams in 2014. It also makes the 23-year-old the youngest American woman to reach the quarterfinals at both Wimbledon and the US Open in the same year since Williams in 2004. What a shattered record. Alright, China's Zheng Qinwen reached the US Open quarterfinal at exactly 2:15 a.m. on Monday in a record late finish for a women's match at the tournament. 7th seed Zheng defeated Croatian Donna Vecchi 7-6, 7-2, 4-6, 6-2 to beat the previous record of 2:13 a.m. from 2021, when Maria Sakkari beat Bianca Andreescu in a last 16 tie. Zheng, who beat Vecchi last month to win Olympic gold in the singles in Paris, we now face world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. The late finish drew criticism from 2012 US Open champion Andy Murray, who said the scheduling was amateurish and a total mess, calling the Grand Slam organizers to sort it out. Jack Draper will aim to reach a Grand Slam quarterfinal for the first time when he faces Thomas Mahak at the US Open. While the British number 1 beat Botic van der Zandschulp in straight set on Saturday to match his best showing at a 4th round at Flushing Meadows last year. That performance came during an injury-ravaged season, and a year on, a fully fit Draper believes he is in a much better position to go deeper in the tournament. Well, around 6 p.m., Jack Draper will face Czech Republic Thomas Mahak, and let's see how that plays out. Draper has enjoyed a memorable year to this point, winning his first ATP title at the Stuttgart Open in June before beating Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz at Queen's a few days later. Thomas Mahak, just 23 years of age, beat Belgium's David Goffin in straight set to reach the 4th round of a major for the first time. The Czech won his only previous ATP Tour meetings with Draper 7-6, 8-6, 6-1 in Geneva in May. Well, the top seed in the men's and women's singles are both in action during the evening session in Otto Ashe Stadium. Poland's Iga Swiatek is here to drop a set in the tournament and goes up against 16th seed Lyudmila Samsonova at exactly 12 midnight. That is followed by Italy's Australia Open champion Yannick Sinner taking on American 14th seed Tommy Paul. 6th seed Jessica Pegula of the United States opens play on the men's show court against Russia's Diana Snyder. Daniil Medvedev, the only former New York champion, left in the men's singles draw. Then faces Portugal Nuno Borges on Louis Armstrong. Wimbledon finalist Jasmine Paulini take on fellow French Open runner-up Carolina Muchova. Former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki faces 22nd seed Beatrice Haddad-Maia before an all-Australia clash between 10th seed Alex de Minaur and Jordan Thompson in men's singles. There is also plenty of British interest in the doubles, with Joe Salisbury and American partner Rajeev Ram continuing their bid for a 4th successive title in the men's doubles. Away from tennis, quickly let's talk about Formula 1. Charles Leclerc pulled off an extraordinary home win for Ferrari at the Italian Grand Prix ahead of the McLarens of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Ferrari chose a one-stop strategy for Leclerc, improvising mid-race to vote him in front of the McLarens, who chose the conventional two-step approach that left Leclerc hanging on in the closing laps before the rapidly closing McLaren, and he just managed to resist them, winning by 2.6 seconds to send the Tifosi in the grandstands wide. Red Bull's Max Verstappen could finish only 6th, and Norris caught his championship lead by 8 points to 62 with 8 races to go, thanks to Norris grabbing the fastest lap before the checkered flag. McLaren are now just 8 points behind Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. Well, after locking out the front row of the grid, McLaren looked on course for a 1-2 for half the race, with Piastri leading Norris after the Australian passed the Briton around the outside of the second chicane on the first lap. As driver Kevin Magnussen will be suspended from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix after exceeding the permitted number of penalty points in a year. The Dane was given a 10-second penalty and 2 penalty points on his license for a collision with Alpine's Pierre Gasly during the Italian Grand Prix. That took him to a total of 12 points in a calendar year, and rules dictate that means an automatic race ban. As I've not said who will replace Magnussen for the race in Baku on the 13th to 15th of September with Briton Oliver Biermann, who they have signed for 2025, and reserve driver Pietro Fittipaldi among their options. Alright, McLaren had to consider imposing team orders in favor of Lando Norris in an attempt to beat Max Verstappen to the Formula 1 Driver World Championship. The team will discuss the matter internally after Norris teammate Oscar Piastri finished in second place in the Italian Grand Prix ahead of Britain, but both were beaten by Ferrari's Charles Leclerc despite starting with a front row lockout. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have to call it a day. This is where I have to wrap up the show talking about Sport Hour, the Monday edition and the first edition of the month. Happy New Month, ladies and gentlemen. Join me by 3 p.m. for Entertainment Seki. My name is James Oduwadoti Meremu. You have a lovely evening. Au revoir.